Cooper, Jay just, I guess, ended his portion of talking about he's really been proud of the way they've recruited pitchers. When you made the decision to kind of, open your recruitment and look at the portal, just what stood out to you other than just Paul Skeens and some of the names, what the conversations with Jay when that process really kicked off for you?
Yeah, Jay was actually the first person that called me when I was in the portal, so that was a big sign of like trust and believing in him. And when I came here, they sat me down with a whole presentation about almost every transfer that's came here and their success and how they've developed. And I think that was a big thing for me in getting to the next step of where I want to go, was coming to find the development and find a routine and really work with some really good coaches and other players.
Cooper, Cokie Riley with The Advocate. What ways do you want to develop when you're talking about that development that you want to have? Like, what are some of the things you want to improve on while you're here?
Yeah, I wanted to really improve on like a routine before games, after games, all that stuff. And they do a great job with Isaac and the training staff here of getting our post-throw, our pre-throw, all that stuff dialed in. And then just a big thing for me was trying to spin the ball more and be more effective with the spin.
Hey Cooper, Corey Diaz with the Daily Advertiser. Jay mentioned a lot of depth within the pitching staff. As a pitcher, how much does being surrounded by other quality pitchers, great pitchers, however the coaching staff would categorize them, how does that help you get better?
Oh, I mean, it means everything. After you come out of a game, I mean, you want to trust every guy that comes in behind you, and with the depth we have and the guys in the locker room and the character they are, like, I believe in every single guy is going to go out there and give it their best and compete. So that gives me a lot of confidence when I'm pitching.
Hey Cooper, John Eads, WAFB. What have you learned from Nate Yeskie since you've been here?
Yeah, I've learned a lot. We've had a lot of conversations about how to make my breaking balls better and this and that, and working with him and Jamie has been great. I mean, it's been awesome looking at the data and all the analytics and the slow-mo and all that stuff of my pitches, and I think I've done a great job of developing the pitches I need to and attacking the way they want me to attack.
Just what's it like facing Ethan and Derek kind of at this level of LSU, and what do you see in their swings that are maybe comparable to each other?
Yeah, every guy here is a great hitter. I mean, they all come to compete. I mean, Derek's a great hitter, like you said. I mean, he's one of the best in the country, and all the other guys that are around him, he makes them just much better and spits some knowledge on them that they don't already have.
Zach said he was a pretty loud guy. How would you describe yourself as you've tried to assimilate yourself into this team?
Yeah, I think me and Zach work pretty well together. We're both pretty outgoing. I mean, we're both confident in ourselves, and we like to rub that off on other guys, and we want them to be just as confident, because without confidence on the baseball field, you're not going to have nearly as much success. So you got to believe in yourself and believe in the guys that are around you. And I think he does a great job of keeping the mood light and cracking jokes left and right. So I always like a good joke. So.
When it comes to what Nate Yeskie is trying to do with you, what Jamie Tutko is trying to do with you, what are some of the other unique things that they've tried to instill and that you've seen that you necessarily didn't have at Kansas?
Yeah, big thing is pitching to location with every single pitch. I mean, we're not just trying to throw a pitch middle. We're trying to put it in a spot where a hitter's not going to get to it. And that's a big thing for me, because at Kansas where I was, it wasn't really like that. And coming here, it's taught me that there's another level to pitching. And there's another level to everyone's game. If they can attack certain zones and certain counts, you're just going to be that much more effective.
Your relationship with Cade Arambidi, Omar Cerna, Eddie Yaman, the catching staff, how has that progressed over the past couple months?
Yeah, it's been great. Cade was super welcoming. I mean, he was probably one of the first guys I met, and I kind of already had a relationship with him, because one of my best friends knew Cade from back in the day, playing summer ball with him when they were younger and this and that. And so he was one of the first guys I met and already knew. And I think we were hanging out one of the first nights I got here, and we just clicked it off. I mean, he's a great guy, good guy, funny jokes, and yeah, I love him behind the plate.
There's a lot of arms in this staff. I was writing them all down between the transfers and the guys returning. Just where was your mind at when you were thinking about coming here and having to compete for these innings and opportunities?
Yeah, that was a big thing. I think anywhere you go, you're going to have to compete and win a spot. So you can't really think about that in the moment. You got to just be ready to go and be ready to compete against the best of the best, because if you want to be the best, you're going to have to beat out the best. And here at LSU, there's a handful, plenty of guys that are really, really good at what they do, and I think that just pushes me to be better.
I guess for the average fan that hasn't seen you pitch, how would you describe maybe your mentality on the mound and your arsenal without going in, I guess, too much detail?
Yeah, I'm super competitive, and I'm pretty fiery whenever the game gets hot and a big moment comes about. Even if I'm not pitching, I'll be right there, first one out of the dugout, cheering on the guys. And when I am on the mound after a big inning, I mean, I might let out a little celebration.
What's your repertoire of pitches, and how do you sort of prefer to deploy them, I guess?
Yeah, I throw a pretty good sinker and pretty good changeup, and I'll let you guys try to figure out the rest when I'm out there. Don't want to give away too much.
Have you learned anything just being around Case and Evans since you've been here?
I've learned that he's a great guy, and he's awesome. He's actually one of the first guys that I really clicked with, him and Maverick Rizzi. They're two of my favorite guys on the team. I like everyone, but those were two of the first guys that I met. And what I really like about Case is how competitive he is. He's an animal. I mean, he's fiery. He's everything you could think of. And it's great to just get to work with a guy like that.
You mentioned earlier you like a good joke. Do you have any jokes that you'd like to tell?
I don't have any that are off the top of my head.
I guess on a serious note, just how would you describe your baseball journey? It's obviously led you to LSU baseball. What's been the biggest things you've taken away from all your previous stops, and what's led you to here?
Yeah, so I was actually a catcher out of high school. I was a two-way guy, going to KU, more local to the Midwest. Didn't have a bunch of big SEC schools, anyone like that, blowing up my line. So I chose to go to KU and do everything I could to get on the field, because as a freshman, it's hard to get on the field your first year. So I was willing to do anything to get on the field, and had a lot of talks with Coach Fitzgerald at KU and all them. And ultimately, it was best to just go to the bullpen and try to see what I can do. And it's ended up working out really well. And I think being a catcher in the past, it really teaches me how to control the game and attack hitters every single pitch, because it's pretty hard to hit when a hitter's on defense.
I'm not sure how heavily attended or not attended Kansas baseball games were, but you had a chance to pitch in Biloxi, I think in Hammond as well against Southeastern. Big crowds, thousands of people. How did you handle that moment, and what do you learn from that moment that has you prepared to pitch in the box in a couple months?
Yeah, I love when fans are at the game. I love when fans are entertaining and going crazy all the time. And I've never experienced anything here like LSU. I haven't even experienced a spring game yet, but I can only imagine that's going to be pretty rowdy. And Biloxi was a good taste of it, and I'm ready to see what all the fans can bring.
Strike throwing's been a pretty big part of your repertoire. What's kind of been the key to that for you?
Yeah, like I said, I think coming out from a catcher, it's been a huge thing. I had a good arm behind the plate when I was a catcher, and always threw it pretty good on the bag. Yeah, I think just being a position guy, transferring to the mound, a lot of guys have had success doing it, and I think I'm having pretty good success throwing strikes.
Good?
Thank you, guys.
All right, thank y'all for sticking around. We appreciate it.